Wish TV is your education station. New numbers from the White House show 524,000 people in Indiana applied for or were automatically approved for student loan debt relief. The process is still held up in court. I spoke with the U.S. Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona. I asked if he could say with confidence that those looking for debt relief will have it by the end of 2023.
Look, I have the legal authority to provide the debt relief that the president announced in August under the HEROES Act. And it's not the first time the HEROES Act was used to provide some support. Loan payments were paused in the last administration using the same authority that I'm using here to provide targeted debt relief. It's important to remember, this is not just widespread debt relief. These are for people. 90% of the dollars are going to people making under $75,000. So these are middle-class Americans, people from Indiana that, just need a little bit of support to get back after this pandemic. We know it impacted all of us, and it's our goal to make sure that people are not worse off now than they were before the pandemic.
Now, we've talked a lot about debt relief, but let's talk about the actual cost of college. Do you think it's time to start thinking of actions to make higher education more affordable?
Absolutely. And if you look at our record, this loan forgiveness announcement was only a fraction of what we're trying to do. But going back to the question you said earlier, part of the impetus for this was to prevent defaults. We're doing this because our records show that defaults are going to go up if we don't do something. And, if you go into default or if you go into bankruptcy, you're hurting the local economy as well. So we're trying to get these folks back on their feet, but that also helps the local economy. And yes, to answer your question, college has become unaffordable. And that's unfair to the people in Indiana and people across the country who have the talent, the aptitude to be successful in college, but the cost of it has gotten too high. So we are working on implementing college accountability measures. We are working on listing those colleges and programs that are just not affordable. We've done work before this announcement to go after those colleges, to take away their accreditation, to discharge debt if they're telling someone you're going to graduate and get a job making this amount of money, when in fact that's not the case. So we've been very aggressive making sure that we're trying to make this American dream possible of higher education. Loan forgiveness is a part of it, but it's not all we're doing. And as I travel the country, people are thanking me because they want their kids to go to college. And we need to make that dream a possibility for more Americans.
Cardona says it's time the U.S. redesigns high schools to provide more career paths and break college debt traps.